let's jump to the news right away. What people are really talking about right now is what's going to happen to prices. Is this price increase really sustainable? Are we headed towards another bubble? Can people really afford, especially if interest rates continue to rise, to buy a new home or to upgrade? So let's take a look a little bit at what's really causing the price increases. So here's a slide at housing supply year over year. For every month, it tells you how much inventory was available this year compared to last year at the same time. March numbers aren't in yet. As we can see, inventory is still down over 8%. So the amount of supply that's available in the market, the amount of available listings that is, for sale, is down over 8% from last year. At the same time, let's take a look at buyer traffic, which is the demand side of the equation. Buyer traffic right now in February, again the March numbers aren't in yet, in February is greater than it was last May during the spring buying season peak. You know, everyone says that you should wait to sell your house until the spring because that's when the buyers are out. But here we clearly see that there are more buyers out right now than there were in May of last year. So that's crucially important that we understand that supply is low and the buyer demand is very high. So why are prices going up? Well, it's quite frankly a matter of supply and demand. So here we have a graph showing 3 months of buyer demand, which are the blue boxes, versus the supply or inventory of houses listed for sale, represented by the red boxes. Now, right off the bat, you can tell that the red boxes are in the negative compared to the number of buyers searching for homes, which are in the positive, in the blue. Over the course of those last 3 months, December, January, and February of this year, you could see that the buyer demand was also dropping slightly, and the supply was also catching up ever so slightly from negative 11.1 to negative 8.1. Obviously, we're still in the negatives, but we are making progress. It's my belief that buyer traffic will continue to remain strong as we go into the spring and summer months of this year. Rick Palacios, Director of Research for John Burns Consulting, says this: buyers thought they could wait forever because rates were going to stay low forever. They're starting to realize that if you're going to buy, you should probably buy now. And I think so too. I agree with that. Rising rates actually cause more people to jump off the fence and into the market. So I think that buyer demand will remain very strong throughout the summer months. Now, what does that mean as far as price is concerned? Which is what we started with, right? Well, here's core logic, state by state. What happened to prices over the last 12 months? It's the actual year-over-year percentage change in prices. You could take a look at the U.S. overall. The average of the United States was 6.6%. They also forecasted what they believe is going to happen over the next 12 months. And as you can see, that number drops from 6.6% across the country to 4.8% across the country. So again, what's taking place? As demand and inventory start to level off and get closer to one another, we'll have a moderate appreciation. This report shows that we're still seeing good appreciation this year. But as the years go on and going into next year and the year after that, again, we're going to slowly start to see a balance between demand and supply, and we're already seeing that happening in the luxury and premium house market, where there is Actually, the opposite. The luxury market has more listings than they do buyers, and because of it, their prices are starting to level off as well. Thank you for watching the April edition of Market News Updates. My name is Annette Hibbler with Keller Williams.